Offline.
It's fine.
All right, that way I can edit. So whatever we say, it's fine, even if we're just talking, because we can edit. I can edit it out later.
Works for me.
I don't even know how to introduce us, honestly. If you've got a good idea for that, that'd be awesome. Because I really do suck at this pretty bad.
Well,
this is the things we do. It's Jason, and tonight we have Logan instead of Michael. He is not here at the moment. He might show up later, but probably not.
Yeah. He's a bitch. What can we say?
We decided to start doing topics instead of just random drunken rambling. So tonight we're going to talk about the things you do that you really think about it, but you don't. You think you're the only person that thinks about it, and that you do in private, do you stand up to wipe your ass, or do you wipe your ass on the toilet seat, or do you dry off inside the shower, or do you get out of the shower and then dry off? That kind of stuff. Just things that you don't think. Like, you assume everybody does it the same, even though you know they probably don't, but it's nothing you really feel compelled to talk about in public, because you just kind of keep it private.
It's like things that... Exactly. It's like the whole drying off in the shower, out of the shower. Which type of person are you? It's like if you dry off in the shower, you feel it's more convenient than if you have to step out, grab the towel, and then dry off. That, or you just live in a really fucking cold home, and the warmth of the shower is, just more appealing at the time. It's however you look about it. Some people out, some people in. It's like belly buttons. You got an innie, you got an outie. But, I mean, that's something you can't really control or think about, so. Majority of the show is mainly about not necessarily things that happen or things you think about. It's just in general, they happen and you think about it, but you don't think other people would be like-minded, so... You think it's like taboo almost.
Yeah, it's something you just don't talk about. It's not like things you talk about. So, look, do you, when you wipe your ass on the toilet, do you stand up or do you sit down to wipe your ass?
Me? I sit down.
See, I stand up.
Okay.
And so, I say that. I've started in my last, year or two to try to, sit down and wipe my ass, because the only reason why is because, if I'm at work or in a public bathroom, I need to wipe my ass. Typically, I stand up and I wipe my ass, which I already understand is inherently weird to most people, because you're standing up to wipe your ass. But the other problem is there's that weird little gap when you close the stall door. There's a little bit of a gap, and I feel like if somebody walked in and I'm standing up wiping my ass, and they can see that little chunk through the crack, would be super awkward. So, I'm nah, I should probably try to go ahead and just stay seated. The front ways, you can't wipe back to front. It's literally impossible to do, unless you want a lot of shit in places it really shouldn't be.
Yeah, like the crease of your the choid crease of your fucking nutsack.
Or if you don't shave certain spots, then you're gonna get it in the hair in that area. It's just a bad way to go. I don't think front to back, and it's really hard to do without putting your hand in the toilet water, which is scary as shit for me. So since I've just now recently sat down and wiped, the toilet water is literally, it's like the floor is lava. It scares the shit out of me. I try my best to not dip my hand in the water, because I'm so scared that I'm going to get shit water on my hand while I'm wiping my butt. And that's really gross to me. So now I've started doing the front to back thing.
Yeah.
Which is a little easier, but it's still a lot harder than just standing up and wiping your ass.
Well, yes, because you got to twist your body in such an odd position. No, okay, so I never used to be a sit down and wipe. Actually, I used to fucking hate sitting on toilet seats.
You should be a stand up or what?
I would. Well, there for a while,
and then you got the in-betweeners where you kind of stand, kind of sit. You're just kind of hovering a little bit.
Yeah, you're just
lifting your
ass
legs
off just barely touching the toilet seat. Yeah. It's.
And see, I haven't perfected the sit down and wipe, because I'm so used to just standing and wipe.
It's odd to you. It's like it's not second nature. It's not what you're used to.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's like tying your shoes with like, the round
Your
loop
fingers.
thing instead of the bunny ears. It's something you got to get used to doing. It takes a little bit. I still do bunny ears, by the way. It's another one of those things. I get really weird looks when I tie my shoes because I tie them like a fucking kindergartner. I do like the bunny. I do like a bunny ear over one finger and a bunny ear over the other, and then I cross them and tie them instead of doing I can do them.
Looper, man.
I can do them both ways, but like, I never grew out of doing the bunny ears, so I've always done them that way.
It's one of those things.
It's another one of those things
that we're talking about. It's like you basically trained your mind to either think or feel or just react to what you are doing.
In that way, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like your muscles you just automatically do it. I don't even think about it, and I do the bunny ears. So I'm like, but I don't know how many times I've been in public and I'll go to like tie my shoe and people will watch me and they're like looking at me funny, like, you tie your shoe like a kindergartner, dude. Like, grow the fuck up and do the loop, man.
Well,
Adults do the loop. You're a fucking child. And it's damn it.
That's a good conversation to bring up because, like, at one point in time, even though, you're told you could do it this way or the whatever.
The loop way or the bunny way.
The loop, yeah. So, I guess I never really, like, paid attention to the whole statement ever being said to me, which is really odd. But not really to me, because ADD works wonders on the brain. Not really, but like I only knew the bunny ears, right? Like that's
how I was
probably
taught.
like 9 or 10 when like my dad was like, "This is a much faster and easier way to tie your shoes," and I've always been a looper. Then,
and I've always got the same thing. It was always like, "This is way quicker," and I would try it. But because I was so used to doing it the other way, it wouldn't be, like, perfect every time. Because it takes a little bit. You gotta relearn how to do it. A little bit. Not, like, completely, but you'll tie your shoes the first time you do the loop, and it's a little off. And, like, I was like, fuck that. When I do it this way, it's perfect. And so I just kept doing it that way. Like, I don't need to change.
That's the same. That's the same.
I got like a
reason
stubborn
right
brain or something. It was just like, fuck that.
It's like it's an OCD perfection type thing.
Like, I know I can do it exactly right every time this way, so I'm not going to change that. Yeah, it's faster, but so what? I don't care if it's faster. I know this way is correct every time.
Well, correct to you, yes.
Yeah, and I do that, and honestly, that's how, like, I do things in life. Like, even, I do computer work, and there'll be ways, and they'll be like, you can get to it, this way a whole lot quicker. And I'm like, oh. And I still do it the old way. I'll do it the long way because I know that, and I know it's correct every time if I do it the long way. Is it quicker? Yeah. Is it just as correct? Absolutely. It's just, it's not my way. I am comfortable with that. So I'm going to do it the way I'm comfortable with. And and I mean, I will change things slowly over time if certain things, but it's not cognizant. It's not like I'm going to change this. I'm going to slowly become a sit-and wiper. It's not like that. It's just circumstance dictates, and I end up slowly kind of working that way. And to where then the way I was doing it before is like, yeah, that was way slower. Why was I doing it like that? But now it's only because I am now comfortable with the new way that I've learned. I've done it enough times, and now I'm comfortable with it, and it seems like second nature, just like the old way did.
Yeah, that's a good point, because we might be getting off topic about what I'm about to say next, but like that's the same way with like the run command. I used to just avoid the fucking shit out of the run command.
I don't use it. I still don't. Blah, blah. I still won't use it.
But I have found that
it's way quicker.
I could navigate through an operating system like nobody else's business, right?
With the run command, yeah.
Like if you want to add a computer to a domain, inet cpl.cpl, boom, you're there.
Yeah. But I'm still the guy that's going to go and open control panel.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And that's another good example. Control panel, I know this is getting really nerdy, but like control panel, when they redid it, I think it was with Windows 7, where they consolidated everything into categories. Like power and screen and all that. I can't do it, dude. I still can't. I will automatically go back and go to Classic View every time and get the list of everything, because that's how I know it, and that's what I'm comfortable with. I don't want to pick a category and hope that what I'm looking for is in that category. Now, if I did it all the time and I got comfortable, I wouldn't have to hope. I would know what's in what category, sure.
Yep.
But I don't want to spend that time. I know if I put it in the list, boom, I know exactly where it's at because it's in a fucking list. Like,
yeah.
And so it's a perfect example. Like,
yep.
It's really hard to stray from what you're comfortable from, even if it's more efficient. And
yep.
even if you know it's a better way to do it, and it's like sometimes like, fuck it, I'll take the extra 30 seconds and do it the way I am comfortable with.
Yeah, at the same point as I used to be the category view that I went to, all command line, where it shows you the classic view, and now I don't even go to control panel unless I absolutely have to, like either get like to the Java settings.
Yeah, there's sometimes you have to, sure, but yeah, I still live in control panel. That's just because that's just the way I've always done it. That's not 100% what we were trying to talk about, but those are good examples of things that are hard to stray from your norm when you get comfortable with a certain way of doing things. It's hard to move away from that.
Yeah, maybe
drying off in the shower is another good one. So for my entire life, I've always been a turn off the shower, get out, grab the towel, and dry off kind of person.
Okay.
But in the last probably 3 years, it started when I was going to work to take showers in the gym. And not because I was afraid to be outside naked. It was just that it was really, really cold outside of the showers. And the showers were so small, so the hot water and the steam would keep it warm inside of the shower. So I didn't want to stand outside of the shower and be really cold. What do you mean, bud? Like I said, editing is a wonderful feature, so you can talk to her.
We are. Have fun.
So, like, I didn't want to step out of the shower. Usually nobody was around, but even if they were, joining the army and going through basic, all my dignity doesn't exist anymore anyway, so I don't mind standing outside naked. It was just that it was, like, extremely fucking cold. So it was because it was in the middle of summer when I started doing that. So when it's summer, the air conditioners are on, like, full blast, and it's cold as fuck in that building.
Yeah.
And when it's winter and it's cold out, the heaters are on full blast, and it's hot as fuck in that building. So I didn't want to get out of the shower and like freeze my ass off trying to dry off. So what I would do is I'd just push the high shower head to the side, let it spray on the wall, grab my towel, and I'd dry off inside the shower just so I wouldn't freeze to death. And then I started kind of doing it every now and then at home, and now that's all I do. I will not step out of that shower. I will turn the shower, like I'll get done showering, I'll turn the shower head to the side or down, get the water off of me, grab my towel, dry off in the shower, turn the water off, get out, wipe my feet off because they're still wet from being standing in the bathtub.
You wipe the bottom of your feet off?
Dude, what?
No, I'm sorry.
The bottom of my feet. Yeah, well, because if I'm like in the shower, I dry everything. So like, I dry my body off, but since I'm standing in the bathtub with the water running, my bottom of my feet are still going to be wet no matter what. And so I'll turn it all off, get out. And usually what I do is kind of put the towel down and step on it and then wipe my feet off so I'm completely dry.
That's such an OCD pattern there, man.
But it's what I do every day. I mean, it's a fucking pattern. It's my routine. It's my thing. I am a little OCD in certain regards.
As I am, and so
there's a lot of other shit that I don't give a fuck about, and I'm really on OCD. Routines, but there are certain things that, like, routines are perfect. Like, so if I go in there to take a shower and my shampoo bottle's empty and I gotta use different shampoo, it fucks me up for like an entire day. It really does. Because like if it's the kind of shampoo like Christy's shampoo, if I gotta use hers, then it's the moisturizing, and I literally am used to mine, so I can't tell when I've rinsed it out. Because it makes your hair so soft and moisturized that it still feels like there's shampoo in it, and it hasn't got that kind of
streak
like, the noise making.
Yeah.
So,
that you always hear in your head too.
Yeah,
so you know exactly when
you know it's done, and so I can't tell when I'm done. So I'll sit there and rinse my hair out for like 15 minutes, knowing damn well that it's all out. I can't tell it.
Yeah,
so it fucks me. Yeah, so you fuck with my routines, certain ones, and it really will fucking destroy my entire day, just because It's got me so
distracted.
I'm off kilter, like bad.
Yeah. Okay. So I dry out of the shower, and it's
Out of the shower.
Out of the shower,
Okay.
because there's several reasons. One, I don't like a super wet towel. So
Right.
I will literally like squeegee my whole body off, like all the water as much as possible,
With your hands and
and
stuff?
then get out,
Okay.
dry off. I don't dry the bottom of my feet because I
You're
have
standing
like,
on.
I
Are
have
you standing on
mats.
like a carpet or a mat?
Yeah.
okay.
I got one of those like foam mats.
If I have a
from
mat or something, then
Unbelievably
I
badass.
wouldn't wipe the bottom of my feet off if I had a mat or something either. But we don't.
And then here's another thing. Here's a question: do you put your left sock on first, or do you put your right sock on first?
Honestly, it's either or. I don't have.
I have to put the right one on first before I put the left one up because it will fuck with my routine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't have a first foot thing. I think most of the time it's probably my right, just because like if I honestly envision myself putting a pair of pants on, I'm putting my right leg in first. It's not like on purpose, it's just the way it is. I put my right shoe on first, so I would imagine I'd probably put my right sock on first.
Yeah. But another reason why I dry out of the shower is because, I don't like wet towels, so if you're in the shower and you're flopping that towel around drying off, it's just going to collect moisture
If you've got it down to a pattern though, you're not doing that. You're pretty good. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But I'm a late minute sleeper.
There has been times where I've gotten the towel in the fucking actual shower and it's just drenched the entire end of it, which sucks. Or you let it hang too low and it hits the water.
Right, yeah.
Which sucks.
That's another
it does suck.
And the reason it's like you have a whole towel that's like dry-ish. Mm-hmm. And then just one end that is just wet, it's just slapping the shit out of you while you're trying to dry off.
Yeah, that sucks.
It just feels weird.
I agree.
Which gets you wet in that spot, so you're like, I gotta dry that spot off.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
No, I get you.
Some people, I don't understand it, but they get the fuck out of the shower, barely dry off, and then you put your clothes on. I can't put sticky, I can't do that.
I can't do that either.
That's just odd to me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like putting clothes on while I'm still wet, because then it gets my clothes wet. And now I've got a good 2-hour chunk of my day where I'm gonna be wet.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It's odd.
Especially in the wintertime. You don't want to go outside with wet clothes
wet hair.
on. No, fuck all that.
Not damp hair though.
Yeah. I try to dry it
shower.
off, but you can only get it so dry.
But I usually get up 45 minutes before I have to be to work.
No.
And I'm a rusher, man.
I
work
45 minutes is
less
long,
than 10 minutes away from where I live.
That's a long amount of time, dude. I
could
get
shower
up
in
really
10 or 15
early.
minutes.
Most of half and half. I either get up at 6 with the kids to get them on the bus, and I don't need to leave until 8 or so to go get Mike and take him to work. I try to leave a little before 8, but really, I either do that or Christy wakes me up at 7:30. So then I've got to either get up and haul ass, which doesn't happen most of the time. I just kind of because it doesn't matter if I'm working at 9 or 10 or 11. You know how it is. No offense to anybody I work with, but I mean I can kind of just get there when I get there, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
to an extent. I mean, there's limits on it. There's no limits, but I don't try to abuse it. But most of the time, I don't show up until 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's just the way it is. Yeah. But so I don't. If I get up with the kids at 6, I still don't get in the shower until about 7:30. So we can basically say I get in the shower or go take a shower between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, somewhere in that area. And I don't rush. The other day I was here and I told Christy I had a pot pie, so the shit that's going on with my teeth, I couldn't find anything I could really eat. And I was like, well, pot pie might work, because, it's kind of mushy, and, you break up the crust and smash it all together, and it'll be more of a, I don't really have to chew it too much kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, so I looked at the instruction, it was put it in for 5.5 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I wanted to take a shower while that while the pot pie was cooking. But it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, man, that's quick. I don't know if I can do that. So, put it in there, set the timer, and then got everything ready. Got my towel in there, got my clothes ready, like got my shoes and stuff off, got the shower running and hot. I came in here, push start, and went and took a shower. And I hauled ass. It was one of the, like, I put soap on my body and shampoo at my hair at the same time, and then rinsed it all off at once, so it would be quicker. And then I got out. And I mean, it was already done. There's no getting in there, taking your clothes off, taking a shower, getting back out and putting clothes on, and coming back out in 5 minutes.
No, dude,
it's not gonna happen. Latex. That's mommy's makeup stuff she was doing.
Okay, I'm
What?
gonna use this.
Yeah, don't use that. It's gross. None of the ones in there are clean. Yeah, if you're gonna use one out of the dishwasher, you're gonna have to wash it, or
Yeah.
you get one out of the drawer.
Or do the dishes.
But, so I just took a shower real quick. So, I mean, like, I can take a shower fast if I have to, but most of the time I just kind of...
8-minute or 10-minute mark. Like
usually, like...
speed running.
Yeah, it's usually 10 or 15.
And see, that's another reason why I don't get my clothes ready in the morning. Because, I mean, I already know they're there, where they're at.
Right.
So I don't grab them and bring them into the bathroom.
No, I don't do that. I usually bring my pants in just because I don't want to be walking around the house with all the people that live here in just my underwear. It's too many.
Yeah.
If it was just me and Christy and the kids, then that would be fine. You got a bunch of other adults. You don't really want to be walking around in your undies. And, like, it's just, not that it bothers me, it's just kind of disrespectful to them. And I don't.
Yeah, well.
But you might make somebody else uncomfortable, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, okay, so, like... Okay, so, Let's revert this back and maybe go a little bit deeper. So let's say things that you think about that you would think most people don't ever think about. So it makes you feel odd. You never bring them up.
Ooh.
What about, okay, so here's going to be a solid one. Like, sex with animals. Ever thought about it? And I don't mean like think about it like intensely, like, oh my god, that would be great.
Have you ever thought about
but
having
have you like
sex
just
with
like
an
had
animal?
that like glimpse of an imagination type thing?
Are you talking about you personally having sex with an animal? Or somebody having sex with an animal?
You personally. This is about yourself. How about that?
No.
Never imagined it at all. Like,
I don't think so.
Like one of those like glimpse pictures you get. Like,
no, I know.
Oh, that's just so fucking odd. Why would I think?
I know
that?
what you're talking about. There's been times where I've thought like, why am I thinking that?
Yeah.
Why am I thinking about it? It's not something I know. It's something I know I would literally have no interest in doing at all, but still it kind of processes through.
Exactly. Yeah,
I get what you're saying, but I don't think me having sex with an animal has ever been one of them.
Not ever when the conversation ever been brought up about animal porn.
If
you've never had that like glimpse thought. Like,
not that I can think of.
No way. I would never do that. But
yeah, no, I've had really fucked up things passed through my head, but I don't think that's ever been one of them.
See, okay, so when like it's ever brought up, yeah, I've thought about it, would never do it, but I processed like what it would be like for like a brief 3 seconds, like. Nope, never do it. That's fucking disgusting.
Like the mental image went through your head.
That's what I'm talking about. The train wreck going on in your fucking head, man. But you'll never say that to people because
you'd never do it because it would sound really weird if you did say so. But you would, and it's nothing you would ever do. It's just your brain kind of processes that mental image, and you're like, ooh.
And it's something that it's like a taboo thing. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, like no,
because you don't want to be judged by it,
right? And you would, you would be.
Of course, you would be. Just for thinking about it, you'd be labeled.
Right, and it's the same thing that probably at least half of them have had the same thing happen. They just didn't say it.
I fucked my dog because I liked it.
Yeah.
Well, see, when women say that, I can almost believe it, though.
I think I've seen more videos of women getting fucked by a dog than... I don't think I've ever seen a man fuck a dog.
You know what? It's a good point. I don't... There seems to be more... females involved with animal sex.
With bestiality, yeah.
Then...
Men. I don't think I've ever seen a man fuck any animal. Honestly. No, I saw a dude fuck a goat once.
Well, yeah,
Or I
but
had-
that was like
and I think and a pig too.
I think that's got to be like a foreign like.
Yeah, but I don't
thing.
think but most of them really are women.
Yeah, and you know what? I never really thought about that until just now when it was brought up.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really seen too many men doing anything with animals. It's always women.
Yeah.
That is weird.
But yeah, we're the bad guys. We're the disgusting ones, and yeah, we could go on about that. But that's cliche shit, you know.
And they're doing it because they're getting paid. I understand that. It's
Some of them aren't even getting paid. It's their enjoyment out of it. That's what I don't get.
It's disgusting.
I get that everybody's different. Everybody's got their own things. But there's those things are just way too far fetched for me to really like grasp.
Fucking.
What is your cognitive thought process of fucking a dog? What makes you? What brings you to that point? Like,
I want a dog to put his dick in me.
I want a dog
weird.
to fuck the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's weird. That's not.
It's not my logical thought process.
No, it's just.
Never even thought about it.
No. I mean, you can see the mental image again.
Yeah.
And no. Like, I don't. There's nothing there that would be. I wouldn't be able to, honestly. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I haven't seen men, because they just can't get hard enough to actually have sex with an animal. Whereas the women, they can, slap some lube in there and just.
A good point. Yeah.
I mean, it's
But
gross.
a male
but
actually
maybe
would have
that's
to
what it
be
is.
some type of aroused in order for that to happen.
Yeah, and if they're not
But
into
women,
they don't have to. I mean,
it's just a gaping crevice
it
down there
helps.
most of the time.
It helps if they are, but they don't have to be.
Well,
Yeah.
but
Right, yeah, maybe that's why. I don't know. You ever wanted to fucking animal?
yeah. Let's see, man.
They really is. It's all women. That is weird.
Ain't it?
Yeah. Weird. What other thoughts do you think that you were the only one that worried about, like the standing and shitting and like drying off in or out of the shower kind of thing? Something like that. Or tying your shoes, like I was saying. You tie your shoes a certain way.
Well, we kind of already touched base on like the routines. I mean, it's kind of boils down to routines.
Well, kind of.
Because you got to train your brain or it be kind of
It's just a
grasped by
natural,
some type
a natural way to do
outer-
that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like a lot of people are taught
Well,
when you're first taught to wipe your ass. When you're a kid, usually
on the
it's
toilet.
you poop and then you stand up and you wipe your butt because you're a kid. You can't get it clean,
good point.
right? Or when you're a kid and you're taught how to tie your shoes, it's the bunny ears and you do that.
Yeah.
When you're taught as a child to dry off, you get out of the shower and you dry off. I mean, so I feel like a lot of it is whether or not you can really kind of move past the way you're taught as a child into the way most adults do it. And a lot of that, I mean, like I said, most of the shit I do the same way I was taught.
Yeah.
As a child, and whether that's right or not, but there's really no wrong way to do it as long as you're doing it completely, then it doesn't really matter, but it's just weird. There is other stuff, there's gotta be other stuff.
Oh, yeah, like, when you're jerking off, are you...
Left hand or right hand?
Well,
Does that come down to, like, really what hand you are, though?
This isn't even going to be about which hand you use.
Oh, sorry about that.
So, like...
That was a mic message.
What do you use to clean up? Are you a dry rubber? Do you have to use lotion? The cliche, get lotion. Do you use a tube sock? I mean, do you use a fucking sock? Me? I use a fucking sock, man.
You use a sock?
So much less to clean up.
Okay, so
Anybody
you...
that says they don't masturbate is fucking
No, but-
for me, too.
But you're still using a sock.
Yeah, man. Quick to clean up. It washes.
Yeah, no, fair enough. As long as you do your laundry on a regular basis.
Once a week, dude.
Yeah. What else would there be? I know that there's gotta be
Oh,
more.
there's gotta be plenty.
When you go to like a row of urinals, which one do you choose if they're all empty? Say there's 4. Which one do you go to?
I go to the one that is correct for my stature. I go to the short dude one, man. I go to the midget. Oh, I'm sorry.
The short one?
Don't be offended.
The
The
vertically
little person. Oh, now you can't even call them little people. What the fuck?
the vertically challenged.
The vertically challenged. Yeah.
Mike is messaging still. Okay?
Yeah.
But you said they're all the same height. There's 4 empty ones. You know people are going to come in behind you. Which one do you go to?
I typically go to the one closest to the stall.
So do I.
Why?
So, why? Because you're against the
I only have to
stall?
worry about one fucker walking up to me and just destroying the fucking bathroom etiquette and
Right.
walking right next to you. Come on, man.
Right.
If there's 5 stalls, one's at the end. You
No,
don't
we're
go
talking
to the
4.
next to 'em.
We're talking 4.
But you still don't go to the one right next to someone's using.
Okay, so you come into a bathroom. One guy's at the stall, or at the urinal that's right next to the stall. Where do
I
you
would
go?
to the third one then.
The third one. You skip a urinal and then go. Yeah, I agree. Why don't you pick the 4th one?
Why? I never really thought about it.
Because usually that one's close to the door. You don't want people fucking walking in right next to you taking a piss, maybe? I don't know.
Well, see, no, I'm not too worried about that.
It's not that. It's just, it's not that you're
guess
worried about it. It's
Maybe
just,
it might be like one of those unintentional, like, don't want to be the last man because it's the 4th one.
yeah, maybe. But I agree. You
But
skip
which
a
one
stall.
do you count, though? That's
You always skip a
factors.
stall if you can. You skip a stall and get get a urinal in between you.
Yeah, and if there's someone in 1 and 3 or 2 and 4, you pick you go to you stall. You go to the fucking toilet.
Yeah, I try to avoid going to the toilet at all costs. If there's 4 stalls and 3 of them are taken, I'll take the 4th stall or the 4th urinal before I go to a stall. That really is just me. I don't like going to the urinal because I feel then like I'm being the avoiding, like, I don't know, it makes me feel awkward going to a stall when there's still an open urinal even though the rest of them are taken. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes me feel, it's not homophobic, that's not the word, but like something along those lines where it's like, you almost look like you're avoiding being
I'm
normal.
antisocial. That's probably why I would be like avoiding.
And that might be.
But I'm a very personable person too. I don't like my laundry out there. But I mean, I still talk about all that shit anyway. So that's a very odd thing with me too. So it's like, okay, so here's one. Have you ever actually tasted your own pee? By accident?
Hold on. That one's gonna take me a couple seconds to think about, honestly. I don't think so. But I wouldn't be surprised if I had.
Okay.
There's not a time where I can remember, but it doesn't sound like it would be something that hasn't happened to me either.
Yeah. Well, I have because I caught myself right when I did it. Because it was one of those, it started coming, you just have to go really bad. You start peeing before you damn near barely get it out.
Yeah. No,
So I got on my hand,
I
and
get
there's
that.
something like right there on the crease of my lip. Itch. And it was one of the things I zipped up, was walking to the sink to wash my hands, didn't even think about it, and just fucking walked her. And I was like, and before I even realized that lips went in, tongue went out, I'm like, oh, what the fuck, man. So
That
retarded
sucks.
right now, yeah. It's just like, okay. Like, it's an odd one. So, I used to work in a hospital,
Right.
but I worked in the mailroom of the hospital. And every now and then, we get the anatomy department bring us packages. These packages were about 6 inches long. Ha ha ha, the joke's on that one. And about 2.5 inches wide.
So they were like 4 inches, right?
Rough. Yeah. You always gotta subtract 2. So, and what these packages were the remains, the cremated remains of the cadavers. Oh yeah, here comes the story. So I'm mailing these fucking boxes, and they're about like 6 or 7 pounds a pop, maybe a little bit more. One happened to be busted open. Dan wasn't thinking about it. It was another thing. I touched my mouth and like, oh, that's salty.
Jerry is out. But those videos, they're really funny.
Good.
I'm making my bed right now. I'm going to get 2 more blankets.
What about my bed?
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch. You want me to fix you?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch. You want to make your bed? Guess you didn't get a choice, man.
Nope. I got the shit in the stick of that one.
Well, you're sleeping on the fucking couch.
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch.
I don't care if you like it or not.
Oh, okay. Fine then.
You're going on the couch.
Yeah. So, cremated remains salty. We'll say that. Salty.
Your pee was salty?
No, this is cremated body.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Well, your skin is kind of salty because it's a lot of water and salt, so that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, so here's another one. Will you eat a girl after fucking her?
Yes. I
Even
will.
if you nutted?
Yeah. Well, that's because the only woman I have sex with is my wife, and there's literally there's no grossness or anything else there. So, is it ideal? Not really. Does it bother me? Not really, because it's...
See, it bothers me.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it. It doesn't... I understand why it would bother people. Easily. But it doesn't bother me.
Mine stems from, like, I don't really like my stuff on me, either.
Okay. You're a cum. You don't like it
Yeah, I
on
don't
you.
like my own fucking shit on me.
Right.
So
Why, though?
Why? I don't know. Well, for one, it's a fucking bitch to fucking clean up. And when you wipe it up, it always leaves like film almost. A streak. Of
Yeah,
you
you're gonna, like, if you wipe it off and then go to sleep, you're gonna wake up with a little bit of kind of a tightened skin or kind of
like
thing.
Like a dried egg.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah.
Egg white,
Like egg whites on your,
But it's not just that. It's just, it doesn't matter how much you wipe, you're always gonna feel it on you type thing. I'm a bit of a germaphobe too, so that's
Fair enough.
I don't really feel like this thing has been more like the unspoken stuff, really. So
Then what do you think the unspoken stuff
see, that's
is?
the problem. Is I mean, we brought up a few things earlier, and
We brought a couple up right off the bat, but then it's just been like nothing
kind of
after that. But I don't know. That's the problem with them is they're not things you really sit on your brain. They don't weigh heavy on you, so you don't really remember them. But when it happens, it kind of crosses your mind for a brief second. What do you got, bud? Oh, you drew Fox? Wow, good Fox, buddy.
Oh no!
that's amazing.
That's actually not really isn't bad for a fox. He got the
He's a
face.
fox.
He's got the face and the
It's a
body
fox.
shape.
Why?
He drew it. This is the first.
Why is it not a fox? Why are you grabbing me like
Mommy.
that?
Mommy, look at this fox.
Which cat?
He drew Foxy.
This one?
No, like this. Look, his face, his head's right there, and his body. He did a good job. He drew a fox.
That's a good foxy.
Yeah, very good foxy, Bubby. He actually got the shape of the fox and everything. He did a really good job.
You want to watch Foxy?
He did a really good job, actually. That's the first thing he's actually drawn. He's never actually drawn.
Got the form of one. Yeah.
He's never drawn anything before. He's always just scribbled on paper. He's never actually tried to draw something. So that's pretty fucking good. I think there's a...
Go outside.
This is all stuff that I'll cut out, but there is a Reddit that focuses on what we're talking about. I'm trying to figure out how to find it.
/r/
But
unspoken words. I don't know. Google would help us.
I'm Googling right now.
Go. Saying, are you going outside? Can you go outside? You got cold up, man. Cold. My balls will freeze. Get on it. You got that other place to go. Go. Fucker. You can sleep with you. You animal molester. Oh, that you're not Mike.
Yeah, I'm not mine.
I'm stealing a coat.
I don't know what.
Go for it, man. There should be a... Oh, no. There's not going to be any cold ones, I don't think.
No, I don't care.
They're going to have to grab one of these then. Well, I'm going to throw this one in the fridge.
I'm not really a cold.
No, not for you. Just for everybody else. There might be some cold Coke, but I don't. No, there's still cold Coke if you want a cold Coke.
Oh, she forgot her.
If you want a cold Coke, there is some cold Coke. Do you want a cold Coke? It's a can.
I'll take the can too. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Give me a second. I'm going to cut all this out whenever I edit it. But I was just thinking about it. And next Monday, not the one coming up, but the one after that, we need to go get Mike to buy a car. Because it's President's Day. They're going to have President's Day sales. It's a Monday that we don't have to work, or at least I don't have to.
I'll probably have to. I don't know.
I'm going to make Mike take it off. But next Monday, not this one coming up, but the one after is President's Day. So they'll have sales. So Monday I don't have to work, so I can take him, and he needs to buy a fucking car because I can't keep. Dude, he wrecked in September, dude. It's fucking February.
Oh yeah.
It's been too fucking long. He needs to go buy a car.
Well, let's put it this way. I worked here officially a year. I got my anniversary gift. It's actually cool. It was one of those like mini foldable, like fucking Gerber plier thing.
Yeah.
The miniature one.
Like the multi-tool thing.
This is fucking cool, actually. But I would have accepted more like a $500 check.
Yeah. Ain't no shit.
Especially with the hours I fucking put in, and no one else does. Just because I have no life.
It's like, I think I found something that'll help us out, actually.
I like it when you say help us. Ow. Sounds like you're talking so clean to me.
Clean talk.
You still talking to Michael?
I'm presenting one long message about going and getting him a fucking car on President's Day.
Yeah, make him take it. I could take it up. Dude, I had a week's of vacation carry over to this year. That's how much time I did not
God
take
damn,
off.
dude. I had 2 weeks. I had 2.5. I had 60 something hours. And I took 4 days off. I actually took a week and a half off, but I only had to claim 4 days. I took 4 days off, so I still probably got at least a week. probably about a week and a half now. Then I can still take off. We get 2.5 days a month, I think, so. And every time I take off, most of the time I don't say that I took it off. I record normal time because nobody's there, they don't know.
True. Might as well. I'm gonna need a charger here soon.
Okay, hold on a second.
I don't have a plug-in. I have a cord, but not a plug-in.
We got a plug-in. If you got a cord, I got a plug-in.
Yeah, I just don't want to go outside. It's cold out there.
Alright, well then I got another idea. Hold on.
Man, those things take forever.
Okay, here's that. There you go. Alright, we're still recording. I'm gonna go get you a plug-in, but just read. These are things that you think nobody else thinks.
Oh.
Even though you think them. And everybody does.
Well, that's just an odd one. On a road trip, you start to think of the other cars as your travel companions and feel a tinge of sadness when you exit the highway. No, I do not. I want to get off the highway because most of the people on the highway are fucking retards. Concluded. You still unconsciously think of the 90s as being 10 years ago. Well, yeah. Because after a certain period, you stop wanting to keep track of time because you realize it's your ultimate mortal fucking enemy. Number 3. You immediately go back and read an email right after you hit send. No, because I usually proofread my shit before I send an email, so I don't have to go back and read it.
Haven't found anything that kicks yet.
No, I'm just going to read them out.
Do you need a 1 amp or a 2 amp? It's up to you. Man.
Is that an iPhone charger?
No. You have an iPhone?
Nope. That one's in the car, which I need to go get.
Okay, so do you want a 1 amp or 2 amp? 2 amp? Charge it faster.
Yeah, the 2 amp is just fine. I like 2 amps.
I do too.
Because 2 amps really gets me amped.
Get you 2 amped? There you go. I don't know if you can see where it's at.
I don't know. Is it
really short?
Is it the one that I lost the cord? I don't know where it went. Oh,
there
the one that's bright blue.
Bright blue light. Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
It's Seth's charger. I just borrowed it from him.
Okay, I'll plug it in here in a little bit.
Where'd my
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good idea. I need to get one. A fucking one already. Yeah, I gave him the look at my wiener fucking thing is emoji. It works really well. Alright. What do we got?
And when we start back?
No, I don't care.
Let's start. Let's let people hear your opinions about this.
Well, we can cut all the other shit out. We can just start from here. Alright.
That works.
So, what is this? How many is it?
Number one. There's 36.
All right, 36 things that you think nobody else thinks, but they really probably do.
Okay.
Here we go.
Number 1. Jason.
Yep.
On a road trip, you start to think of the other cars as your travel companions and feel a tinge of sadness when you exit the highway.
Not really, but kind of a variation of that,
Like a farewell.
like definitely like if I'm driving on a long road trip and there's somebody that's with me, like the same car that's there for like 2 hours, and then either I get off the highway or they get off the highway, I don't feel a tinge of sadness. It's just sort of like, man, that guy. It was fun riding behind that guy. 'Cause
Yeah.
he actually drove just enough above the speed limit or
Yeah,
whatever. He was driving just right, so I could kind of trail behind him for the last couple hours. That sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, kinda, a little bit. I get that.
Well, see, I wasn't thinking long road trips. I was thinking just like average city driving. But no, I don't want to be on the fucking highway with those fucking.
No, but if I'm on
retards.
the road for like a long road trip and I'm with somebody for like 2 hours that we've been driving and they're like cool to ride behind or they're trailing me just right or whatever, then yeah, it's kind of nice. And then when they get off or you get off, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Hopefully my next dude that like is with me for the next 2 hours is cool. Like, even though you never talk to him or
Your
anything.
temporary highway roommate.
Yeah, true, like your temporary highway buddy.
Okay, number 2. You still unconsciously think of the 90s as being 10 years ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
Yeah.
still do that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, even though it's now, like 30 years
It's been
ago?
20-some years, yeah.
The 90s would be, they're like, you're talking like, damn near, 30 years ago. 98 would have been 30 years ago. Yeah, 98, 2008, 98.
No, it's
That's
20 years
20.
ago. Yeah.
But
I
1990
yeah.
would have been 1990,
28 years ago.
2000, 2010. Yeah, you're talking, damn, wait, wow. That hurts. Yeah, 28 years.
Yeah. That's ridiculous to even want to think about. Because you remember, like, yeah, man. I was a shit-kicking some bitch back then. I was badass. I could do wheelies on my bike. I hit this ramp one time. No.
Yeah,
Now it's like,
I still think of it as
I ride a
being-
bike and it hurt. Fuck that.
I still think of it though, like as like 10 years ago was,
Yep.
but it's not. You're right. No, that's right. I never even really thought about it, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That's weird.
my answer was because time, after a while, you stop wanting to track time.
Yeah, you don't want it to go beyond that. You want it to
It's
still
your-
be 10 years ago, and
Your mortal
unfortunately,
enemy.
unfortunately, like even graduating high school would have been. Good God, what was that? 16 years ago?
17 years
16.
ago? For me. So,
2002, right?
2000. Yeah, you're right, 16 years ago.
16 years ago, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Holy shit. 16 years ago. Somebody born when I graduated high school can legally drive right now.
Yeah, I know.
That's terrifying, man.
I was 16 years old.
Who? Oh, yeah. See what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah. What's the next one? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. You immediately go back and read an email right after you hit send. No, I don't do that. I don't ever do
I
that.
was, because
I make sure that spell check's on and I proofread it before I send it and make sure it's cool. And then I send it. I don't need to reread it because I know what I'm sending is correct. I don't have time for unprofessional, fucked up emails. So
Yeah.
I make sure I don't send them.
yeah.
Nope, I can't say I do that.
I agree with that.
What's the next one?
All right. You'd rather take an inferior parking spot and walk than stress yourself out looking for the perfect spot. No.
Somewhere in the middle. Like, I'll drive around for a little bit looking for a good spot. But if it's been more than like if I've went through everything or the ideal aisles more than like 2 times, I'm just gonna park. And say,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna drive around for an hour looking for a good parking spot.
Yeah, see, for me, we'll say this is mostly this happens at Walmart. We'll say that because
Walmart's a good.
Walmart's fucking everywhere and the retarded parking there.
Lay down, I'll get wet. Go, no.
But like, I usually hit the very center lane because you're usually going to find a parking spot pretty close to the door, pretty close to the front. Yeah. And I can walk out of any of the doors and walk the equal amount of distance to my car.
I agree. And this is funny because there's a lot of times where I'll see people like, there'll be a spot that's like in the first 2 or 3 spaces close to the middle of the parking lot. And they'll rather park way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere on the one that's right by the door.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you're still farther, you're walking farther that way than if you just parked right here and walked to the door. It's like, why are you, you're
exactly.
stupid. Like, look at the distance. You're stupid.
And that's why I picked the middle because it doesn't matter if I
you're
park within
close
the
by.
middle, it doesn't matter how far back I park. It's still the same distance to both doors.
To both doors. I agree.
Makes leaving a whole hell of a lot easier because if you have to go to the line at one end,
It doesn't matter which line you go in,
Yeah.
on which side of the building, because you're the same distance either way. Yep, I get that. Alright, what's the next one?
next one is when you take a shower, you make a bucket with your arms to catch as much water as you can and splash it all onto the shower floor.
I have done that a lot of times. I haven't done it in the last 5 years or 10 years though. I did it when I was a kid a lot.
Yeah. It's that splash in the water.
Yeah,
It's
you
the
drop
floor.
it and it's
funny.
like, boom!
Like, I'm God in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just dropped bombs of water.
I did it when I was a kid a lot. I don't do it anymore. I can't say. I mean,
I still
probably
do it with
would.
my hands like this.
I probably would. It's not something that ever really crosses my mind anymore.
Yeah.
It used to. Well, I used to do it every damn time I took a shower, though.
Yeah.
That shit was fun. And it was loud. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
That's number 5 is pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah. I haven't thought about that in forever.
Yeah. Number 6. Long phone calls equal pacing around the entire house.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yup. All over the fucking house.
Especially if the other person's a talker.
I am a pacing motherfucker when I'm on the phone. Bad. Like, I'll walk back and forth, too. Back and forth. Back and forth. And I won't even be thinking about it. You're just on the phone talking. You pace. I don't know. I can't sit in a chair and talk on the phone for really long. I can't do it. Like, I gotta walk around and do it. Like,
Yep. Yeah, I agree
especially
with
if it's a phone call I'm into, and those are the only phone calls I'm going to be on for any length of time, so I gotta be into it.
Amen to that.
Hold
Number 7 we're getting to.
Alright, go for it.
Alright, number 7. You procrastinate when getting into the shower, but hate getting out once you're in.
Also true sometimes.
80% of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Especially on the weekends. Like, and then you're in there like, yeah.
Have you ever been in the shower and you're like, so, what order do you do the shower? You get in, do you wash your hair first and then your body?
Yeah.
Okay, I think most people do that. I think that's just kind of the reason why I wash my hair. Whatever's in my hair is going to wash down my body.
First.
And then I want to wash my body to get all that off and all the shit that's already on my body off.
Yeah.
So, do you ever get, like, you wash your hair and then you're just like, man, I really don't feel like washing my body right now. You ever done that? Like, I still wash it, but you're, like, dreading it. It's like, and it's not that it's a lot of work, but sometimes I'll wash my hair and then I'll be, like, really thinking, like, do I really need to wash my
Honestly,
body?
no.
Huh? I've thought
Why?
about it, man.
Because
I'll be like, do I really need to wash my body?
you have
I
that
should,
weird
but I
oily
really don't
feeling
want to.
afterwards. I've done it. I've had to do it. I've done
Yeah.
it. But you have just that like weird like. All I can say is it's like this like oily feeling.
Yeah. No, you feel
It's just-
dirty. You just feel
Yeah.
dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel
And if I'm
dirty.
taking a shower, I'm going to take a shower to get clean.
Right.
I just don't want to be in a shower.
I still always wash it. It's just like sometimes I'm like,
Well, yeah.
man, I really don't feel like washing my body right now.
Yeah.
And then you have to, but because you just feel gross, but you don't always want to.
Yeah, but okay, so but those like ultra super quick, I have to take a super quick shower.
Mhm.
I can get by with like washing the junk, washing my armpits,
Oh,
washing
just
my
the
face,
stinky-
and just booming.
Yeah, you just wash the stinky spots.
Yeah.
Your pits, your butt, your nuts, and like whatever else you can get away with. As
Yeah.
long as you get your pits, nuts, and butt, get those three things, you can make it.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
need to wash it all. But those, as long as you get your pits, nuts, and butt, you'll at least not smell horrible until the next day. Yeah.
Or
And like
feel
whenever I had
more
to give
clean
myself
during
like a
the week.
baby white bath, those are like you walk your pits, nothing but.
oh yeah, what do they call that shit? That's
I always call them baby white baths. I don't know what they're called.
there's like some kind of like official name for it.
Like when we were out in the field, that's what I would do. I'd always brought baby wipes with me, and like because you don't get a bath, you don't get a shower or anything out there. So there was one time we went 2 months out in the field and we had nothing.
Oh, the
No
shaping.
laundry, no shower, no. So
Oh.
I'm glad that I brought a couple things, baby wipes, and I pits in some butt. And then, every 3 or 4 days I'd, get another one, wipe my face and stuff down. But like pits in some butt, you can get those clean, your feet every now and then. Yeah. But it's gross.
Oh
My
yeah.
fucking socks were like standing up by themselves by the end of the thing. 'Cause you only have so many pairs of socks, man. You just gotta start re-wearing them, and they're crusty when you put them on. They loosen up after your feet start sweating. They'll start kind of softening up, but like it's gross,
Oh yeah.
and they smell fucking horrible.
And let them soak in the fucking washer for like a month before you wash them. Actually start the washer. Yeah, I do. If I had the time, I do like a long shower. But I'm still fighting myself over it sometimes. You spell out Wednesday like win. Wind. It's not wind. Wednesday in your head when you're writing it. And February. That's true. I've done that. Especially if I'm trying to speed write something. No, like a paragraph. There's always those words where you like gotta stop yourself and kind of check your own grammar while you're writing it, I guess, or make sure you spell it right the first time. It's always got me, man, when you're typing something up, and it's always typing now. You don't write anything up. I'm part of that generation where we were raised with writing.
What's this one?
And then now we're in an age where everything's typed. It's not written.
You spell out Wednesday like Wednesday in your head when you're writing it. Also, February every time.
Yeah.
Every
It's
fucking
one
time.
of those things where like you gotta make sure it's right as you're
It's
typing.
Wednesday and February. That's that's one I never knew anybody else actually thought. That's the first one that I really never thought that anybody else actually thought about.
Yeah, and it makes you almost feel stupid.
Wednesday and
Like,
February.
I feel stupid for doing this.
Yeah,
saying
it's like
this.
why do I say it this way? I feel like an idiot. Yeah, no, that really is the first one that's like profoundly gotten me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do it every time. Luckily, I don't type or write that. I type it so I don't have to worry about it. But
True.
Even typing it, I still.
Yeah.
Wednesday, February.
No. And, you know, you can't say it's because it's a proper word that has to be capitalized. Whatever that. I'm not a grammar junkie. Like, I've never
It's a
been
pronoun.
an English
Pronouns have to be.
person.
It's a pronoun. Pronouns have to be capitalized.
Well, see, I never had an interest in English. I can write decent, but I just...
Yeah, I get it.
It's not a forte of mine.
I'm no real. I'm no.
I have you
English
fucking grammar check my shit, man. Especially if I'm sending something off super official.
I'm no English junkie either. I fucking hate it, and it confuses the shit out of me. The English language, when it comes to grammar, is super confusing.
Oh, I know. It's like there's so many rules. I don't want to fucking follow all
And
the
rules
rules.
that contradict each other and don't always make sense. They're like rules that aren't really rules. And yeah, it's super confusing.
Yeah.
Like I before E except after C, but not
Why?
always.
Yeah, why?
Like weird. The word weird. W-E-I-R-D. There, it's E before I, and there's no C in front of it. So
It's very weird.
yeah, it's I before E except after C, unless you're spelling weird. But like it's confused. It doesn't. Yeah, the rules are real loose and they're confusing.
It's like the words that spell one word this way, but when you flip them around, spell a different word. Like God, dog.
Dog, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Anagram, yeah, they're confusing, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, yeah, English is fucking stupid. It's a horrible language.
So true.
What do we got?
Number 9. You get lost in thought while reading, but notice it until you're 3 pages past where you stop. Oh, yeah, man.
Don't notice until you're 3 pages past where you start? Yeah, no. Like, that, I think that one I've known everybody does. That's a pretty common thing. Like, your brain, you're not focusing on what you're reading. Your brain's doing
it's articulating what you're reading.
Wandering around shit, and you start thinking about something else, and then you realize that you literally have no idea what has happened in the last 3 or 4 pages. Even though you've really been reading it, you just aren't paying any attention to the words you're reading. So you have to go back and then read it again. You're like, I remember reading this, but I wasn't paying attention. Well, I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, I was thinking about that. And then you got to go back 2 more pages again because you were thinking about what you were trying to think about when you were, happens all the time to me. I fucking hate it. But
I'm not a reader.
Reading it really is rewarding. It's good. Like, I love when I can get into a book, like when I can start reading and I can get into it enough that like I am actually paying attention and I don't want to stop reading. Like, it's like wanting to pause a movie until the next day. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wanna keep watching. I wanna know what keeps happening. I wanna know what happens. And that's a good book will do that. You'll be reading and you're like,
it's just
I've got to put it down, but no, I want to know what happens. I got to keep reading.
That's probably why. It's because not a lot of books have have drawn me into it. Really give me that imagination, that movie going in my head.
When you get a good one, you can get that movie going. It's hard to put it down because you don't want to stop the movie. You don't want to stop with what you're seeing. You want to know. But that's why it really sucks. But I think that's why movies that they make off of books never live up to the book, because what you're seeing in your head and what they're putting on screen, that might be what that person saw.
Exactly.
But it's not what you saw in your head. And they don't look the same. They're not acting the same. They don't, so.
I've actually brought that up in a conversation. It's like, and it's presented the same way you said that. Exactly, almost identical, word for word. It was, everybody reads a book and then sees a movie, and then, the movie is terrible, or the series is terrible. It's like, well, there's several reasons behind that.
They're still doing
For one,
the
they
same
can't
thing.
fit like entire plots in a book in individual display like
No.
that. This is not going to happen. It
No.
would be, an episode would be
When
fucking
it
a
takes
month
you,
long.
When it
almost.
takes you 2 weeks to fucking read a book, and then they make a movie that's 2 hours long or an hour and a half long, it's hard to fit everything that one is in the book and two that you saw in your head.
That too, yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
You're
everybody.
not ever going to be able to do it.
Yeah, everybody visualizes or depicts it in their head in a certain way, and that's what they believe it is. So when they watch it, it's somebody's other point of view.
But when
It's
you
totally
read a
wrong.
book and when you go to watch the movie, you have to go in understanding that. Like,
Yeah, with you should at least
should.
have that in your mind. Yes.
you should know that these characters may not look the way I saw them. And I know that there's going to be a lot of the fine details that aren't going to be in the movie. They can't fit them in. You have to go in knowing that. And so, I think that's why, like I said, the movies are very rarely are as good or better than the books, just because they can't fit all of it in. They get the important chunks to make the story, but all those little fine details, they can't. They don't have. There's no way. It would be a really long movie.
And I've also heard the same way when people watched the movie and then read the book, but the
Yeah.
book's not this good.
But it's because they've already got this in their
Exactly.
head.
It's
They've got the characters in their head, and they have what happened in their head based on the movie. So then when you go back and read the book, it's like, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in with what I had in my head, and that doesn't work. But, and I understand that, too. But, you've got to kind of understand that your imagination and what they're putting on screen aren't going to match up 99.9% of the time.
Yeah. This is not.
It just can't.
This is not. Okay, moving on. Excuse me. When you're in a store where you're not. Hold on. Excuse me. When you're in a store. Fuck.
Look in the eye.
When you are in the store where you're not going. Oh, fucking Jesus. Read that.
When you're in a store where you're not planning on buying anything, you start to get paranoid that the security thinks you're a shoplifter.
Not paranoid.
I don't think I've ever had that happen.
It's not that I get paranoid. I've had the thought, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure someone's like watching me because they think I'm stealing some shit.
There's been times
So
where
let's
I
fuck
thought
with them type
I
thing.
thought I looked like I was stealing stuff.
Well, yeah.
Like today is a good. I went to the gas station or the smoke shop, and I was standing in line because I was just gonna get cigarettes and my shit that was all behind the counter. And then I heard somebody through the drive-thru order something. I was like, ooh, that kind of sounded good. And so I walked out of the line and went and walked around the store and was looking and walking behind shit, trying to find it. Which it turned out it was behind the counter too, but it was just like. And so then I came back in line and was standing there. And like, and they were looking at me. I'm like, I probably look like I probably just stole something, Like, I was standing in line, said, fuck this. Went and walked around for a while where they couldn't see me really, and then came back in line with my hands in my pockets. They're probably thinking I'm stealing something, but I know they're not. At the same time, like I know for a fact that they don't think that. It's just like it crosses your mind, like if any circumstances were any different, I would probably look like a shoplifter. So I mean, I get it. I do. It doesn't happen often. I never actually get paranoid. It's just that, like, that thought crosses your mind, like, yeah, maybe I do. Oh, well. And then you move on about your night. It's just that it does cross your mind. I get that.
Yeah, but not paranoid. That's
No, I don't think paranoid is the right word.
yeah, I would agree with that.
What's the next one? Where are we at? Number 11. Oh, we got much more to go?
I'm yawning.
Looks like
I seepy seep. You need a fan blowing on you as you sleep because you like being... What?
Buried under covers.
No.
It's
No.
more of like a, no matter how hot it is in the house, you have to find some way of making it cold enough to put a cover on, because you have to have covers on while you sleep.
Yeah.
And I do, for the most part. I don't have to, but
More comfortable.
it's way more comfortable to have covers on me while I'm sleeping than without. Dude, you smell like shit. Seep. Yeah, he's seeping. Go get a diaper. You stink.
Go get a diaper.
Go get a diaper.
Go.
Get diaper and wipes. You stink.
Stinky boy. Ow.
Where's your wipes? Oh, you already got them all. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down, watch Foxy. Lay down, watch Foxy. Hey, Foxy. Mike's not coming over, by the way.
Yeah, he's texting.
He's at home.
Being a puss.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm so glad you're not going to edit that out.
I won't.
I
I gotta find a good audio editor first. You know?
I've been actually looking at some of that
I
stuff.
downloaded one, but I can't really actually do it.
Well, you probably want to get one that's, look for like music editors and stuff.
Well, that's what I got. I got an MP3 editor or MP4 editor, but it's really bad. Like, I can't actually do anything.
What does the phone actually record in MP4? Because that's like in a compressed
I don't know
audio format.
I don't know what it's recording.
I would say it's probably MP3 because it's a less compressed format.
Still, the one I have is just a really bad editor. Like, you really can't do a whole lot with it, if I remember correctly. It's one of those, like, it's free, but unless you want to do anything with it, then you're going to have to pay for features.
There's some free ones on the computer. You probably have to.
Yeah, I might have to move it over the computer and do it, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'd agree with this. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's more like the sound thing. But now I can sleep without a fan.
Yeah.
But in summer, I do like a fan. And then I get used to the sound, and I can't sleep without it. So, I don't know. It's.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying. And
I'm hit or miss on that.
I think that, I don't think that's necessarily something that people don't think other people think about.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. You? All done. Come on. Come on. There you go. Cutie. Your butt up. Pants. No pants? Pants. Alright, no pants. Bye, pants. So now night.
Bye, pants.
Go night night. You want pants? Then go night night. Go. Judy. Go night night. Night night. Go night night. No.
Chewie, go to bed. No. No. Lot of dead air. Tired people.
I have to do your bed again.
You do. Lay down.
Let me fill up this Coke and take it back to him, and then we can wrap this up. Kind of end it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, let me put some Coke in this, and then we gotta give it a proper ending.
Oh
This
yeah,
would be a bad ending.
like Sex on the Beach with a Mermaid type ending.
Mermaid sex beaches.
If beaches were like a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen plenty of mermaids never laid eyes on a beach.
I know. So redonkulous.
Alright, just scroll through and find the best one. We'll finish on whatever the best one is. What do we got? Something about the impending feeling before a big storm that makes you feel alive. You set your alarm earlier than you need to so you can hit the snooze button several times.
Fuck yes.
I don't do that.
I have to.
You have to find the perfect TV show to watch before you can eat any food you've prepared for yourself.
Nope.
I've done that. You always feel weird saying your name out loud. Not really. I mean, a little, but not really. You listen to a song on repeat just to memorize the tricky sections in case it comes around friends.
Nope.
I've done that.
Man, not I.
You always feel relieved when you get home and nobody else is there. Yeah, that doesn't happen. You sometimes stop the microwave with just 1 second left so you can pretend you're defusing a bomb. No. You're way more depressed by Sunday nights than Monday mornings. No. You smile at dogs when they walk past without acknowledging their owners. No. Sometimes you check just one more time to make sure you can't actually move things with your mind. I've done that actually.
A few times, yeah. I've done that one.
You start reading interesting things on the internet just stop a third of the way through because you lose patience. Yeah. You check behind you in the shower curtain every time you go in the bathroom.
No. Although there's been a few times where I actually have.
That was when I was a kid I did, but not like recently. As weirdly as you need to double check that there's no one behind you, even when you're looking in the mirror.
No.
You often feel phantom phone vibrations in your pocket, even when your phone didn't vibrate. Yes. All the time. That happens to me a lot. I feel like my phone vibrated and I'll reach and it's like not even the pocket my phone's in. Or I won't have my phone on me at all. But I felt like it just vibrated.
Not so much with me.
I've had that happen a lot. Come on, Schmiegel. Alright, it really scrolled all the way back up to the top. Alright, fuck that. What's a good way to end this? I don't even know what we were talking about last.
I don't either.
Let me scroll through these. At least find what we were talking about last. Your fan blowing on you. There's something about the impending feeling before a big storm that makes you feel alive. I think that was.
Yeah. Not really. It's a super bad storm. I was like, oh shit, I could die tonight.
We were talking about the.
Hurricane in 1975?
No, the need of a big fan blowing on you as you sleep because you like being buried under covers.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Those kamikazes have no idea what they're talking about.
So we can just go from there. So, yeah, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about fans blowing on you while you sleep. Which, again, I do plenty. I don't. I enjoy it, though. Usually I have a ceiling fan on. But it's kind of like the same, like, when I'm in the car, and it's really cold out, I'll turn the heater way up and roll the window down.
Yeah, it equalizes the warmth.
If I just turn the heater on low, I could probably be fine. But I get really hot and it gets stuffy. Yeah. I'd rather have the window down with the cold blowing in, even though it's bitter fucking cold, and then the hot cranked up. It just kind of keeps me in this comfortable, not stuffy. I got air moving, but I'm still not cold or hot kind of thing.
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't really know how else to describe it. Like I'm comfy as far as temperature goes, and I've got cold air coming in and warm air going out, so it keeps the air kind of. It's not just stagnant. Whatever. That's what bothers me. It can be kind of cold, but if it's just a stagnant temperature, I start feeling like I start sweating and feeling like stuffy and like hot and just not comfortable. I guess kind of thing.
No, yeah.
I gotta have some kind of air movement going on, really. If that makes sense. Like. Air just sitting still, it makes me, like, kind of hot and just uncomfortable. Like, if there's no breeze or no air movement at all, like no fan or anything, I've got to have some kind of breeze, even if it's a small one.
Well, I know what you're saying with that. It's yeah, it's the air movement, the sound. For me, it's the sound too.
Sometimes, yeah, the fan sound is nice.
Yeah.
Like, we've had ceiling fans where the chains will do that.
Almost like an indoor wind chime.
Yeah. But, and if it's quiet enough and it's not, like, super irritating, you can kind of ignore it. But when there's no other sound going on, it's almost like it kind of rocks you to sleep. But at the same time, when you wake up in the morning, it's just super irritating because it's like, God damn it. Like, that is annoying. I really wish it would fucking stop. The only way to get it to stop is to get up and turn off the fan, which means you have to get out of bed, and then you're up.
Yeah.
Like, in my book, once I get out of bed and I stand up, yeah, I'm up. I'm not going back to bed. Unless it's in the middle of the night and I'm just going to pee or something.
Well, yeah, as I say. Well, it depends on what portion of the morning. If it's like 6 and I get up,
yeah.
it's like pissed, I'm going back to bed. Fuck you.
If it's at or close to or past the time that I normally get up,
then yeah, I'm up.
I'm not going back to bed. I'm not going to go lay back down. Because if I go lay back down, then I'm not going to want to get back up again. So I know better. It's just like, I should probably stay up at this point. Because if I go lay back down, I'm not going to want to get back up out of bed. But yeah. So apparently there is a lot of things that people think about. And they think that they're the only ones that think about it. It's not even that. It's not necessarily that you think you're the only one that thinks about it. You just don't think about other people thinking about it. Like, it's not something that, like, you really think, like, oh, I wonder what they think about this. Or, I bet that person's thought about it. It's just, you feel like it's your own internal kind of thought. Like, it's your own personal thing. And you're not, it's not that you really think nobody else is thinking about it. It's just not something that crosses your mind that anybody else is actually thinking about this thing. It's, you almost like it's part of your internal conversation that you don't think anybody, you're not really worrying about or cognizant about anybody else having the same conversation with themselves.
Yeah, and
So,
it could be a portion of, because it is such an internal thought.
Yeah. It's like it's a conversation that I don't know about everybody else, but I'm in this constant conversation with myself. In my head, and sometimes out loud. Do you want to go do this? Well, when we get home, we're going to have to do this. And I'll either say it in my head, or sometimes out loud, I will talk about it. And I'm talking to myself, and I feel like these thoughts are part of that conversation. That it's not that you really say, well, nobody else is thinking about this. Like, it's not that you don't think that. It's just that you're talking to yourself, and you're not really even, like, that part isn't even crossing your mind at all. That anybody else is thinking about it. Yeah, it's not that you don't think that they are, or you think that they're not, or you think you're the only person thinking about it. It's just that you really don't even, like, that part doesn't cross your mind at all.
Yeah,
you're just having a conversation with yourself, and that's one of those things, like, I'm going to stand up and wipe my ass now, like, or sit down. Like, it's not something that really processes in a conscious way that you think.
It's been very therapeutic.
Do it?
It said it's been very therapeutic, doctor.
Yeah. I've been called the in-house psychiatrist multiple times in this house. And I don't mean to be. I'm just saying what I think. And that's the way I look at it. It's just a part of your internal conversation that you're not really thinking about anybody else having. So maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't really give a shit. Because at that moment, I'm just trying to wipe my ass to dry off.
That's right, bitches.
I really don't give a fuck what other people are thinking, and it doesn't come across my mind. Oh yeah, and the Olympics are on, so I think I'm gonna stop this whole talking to people that aren't listening thing and go watch some people ski or
In tights.
luge or
Ooh.
wreck on an ice slope or something. I think figure skating's on right now, and I'll watch that. I'm cool with it. I'll watch anything other than curling. Curling's the most boring shit in the world to watch.
Curling. Is that
It's like shuffleboard shit.
Oh.
I can't hardly. Dude, it's so boring to watch. It's worse than golf.
The science behind that people want to place, it's pretty much a matter of literally there's people in front of a thing that will rough the ice up to slow it down and then
Or
smooth it out to make it go fast. I'm like,
and then, but the person that
and that's how that's
shoots it
sometimes
out,
directed too.
the person that
Releases it?
Yeah, I'll give them props because they're going so slow. And they just let it go at the. I mean, they've got it down, but it's so boring to watch. I can't watch it. I would literally rather watch any other event on the Winter Olympics than curling. I'll watch the biathlon where they're just doing this and then stop and shoot a few times and then do this some more. Or the cross-country skiing where they're just doing this the entire time. Still more interesting than curling. Curling is so boring. I can't watch it. But I think figure skating's on tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on me some figure skating. And I'm going to say
Figure it out.
peace out to you, motherfuckers. Logan, you want to say bye to
faggots.
2 or 3 people that listen to us?
Bye.
Bye. See ya whenever the fuck we see ya.
July.
Yeah, probably July. It'll be a while. Bye.